Welcome back to Blake's Take. Hope you all are having a great day today. Welcome to the new week. Let's dive right into this week after the great holiday break, and let's get right back to work at it. Starting off, we had some great sports news today in the NFL. This weekend we had some great action all across after a wild season across all of the league. And after this incredible Week 17, we finally have a playoff picture, everyone. Before we dive into the large, exciting playoff pictures that we have in both the NFC and the AFC, let's get into the exciting playoff hopes of the Browns trying to make their first playoff appearance since 2002. It's 17 years since that last happened for the Browns, and they had to get a win over the Steelers to get it. So let's see how this game turned out. Nick Chubb would get things going for the Browns in the first, breaking free, juking out defenders, running down the sideline, 57 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. Electric start for the Browns. In the second quarter, it would be a battle of the defenses, with each defense shutting down their opponents in the red zone, forcing them to settle for field goals. Late in the third, though, Mayfield would have some play-action rollout where he would look around and dump one off to Austin Hooper for the much-needed touchdown. The game-changing play in this game, though, came when Mason Rudolph threw an interception to MJ Stewart, who would give the Browns the chance to get two quick back-to-back touchdowns. And that is exactly what the Browns did, with a jet sweep to Jarvis Landry to make it a two-score game going into the fourth. Yet Mason Rudolph and the Steelers weren't done. They finally got some momentum going for the Steelers with a touchdown and connection to Chase Claypool, who had a nice contested grab. With just under 90 seconds remaining in the game, Rudolph would connect with Juju Smith-Schuster on the quick slant to put the game within 2 points. Then, it all came down to the two-point conversion. Rudolph dropped back and airmailed Claymore. No good on the two-point conversion. Baker Mayfield iced his incredible performance and clinched the Browns' playoff berth with a QB sweep on the first down. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been done. The Browns are going to the playoffs, baby. Yes. Yes, sir. Oh, my goodness. It has been a long-awaited journey. Oh, all of the pain that I've gone through watching the Browns lose and lose and lose. But they finally go to the playoffs. And only thing better than seeing the Jets win this year was making the Browns make it to the playoffs. Oh, the excitement and joy from the Browns organizations going to the playoffs, and especially Baker Mayfield. Heck, he wouldn't let go of that football after the game. Just an incredible performance by the Browns, really stepping up and getting it done against the Steelers. I'm excited to see what they do in these playoffs. So, as far as the AFC playoff picture and the rest of the AFC, the Chiefs claimed the 1 seed and a first-round bye, despite them not even really trying against the Chargers. They had backup quarterbacks and backup players in, so they still have the 2 seed and the 1 seed in the first-round bye. The Bills clinched the 2 seed with their win over the Dolphins. The Steelers take the 3 seed despite their loss against the Browns. The Titans clinched the 4 seed with their close win over the Texans. The Ravens clinched the 5 seed with their blowout win against the other Ohio team in Cincinnati. And the Browns clinched the 6th seed, of course, with their win. And then with the 7th seed, last but not least, the Colts sneak in there with their win against the Jaguars, who clinched their number 1 overall pick in probably most likely Trevor Lawrence. So it looks like the AFC playoff picture is going to be a good one. Good competitive battles there. On to the NFC playoff picture where the Packers clinched the 1 seed in their northern rivalry with their Bears in Chicago. Then on to the Saints who they clinched the 2 seed with their blowout win in division rivals against the Carolina Panthers. Then the Seahawks clinched the 3 seed with their win over the 49ers. Then the Washington football team clinched their division with their win. Even though they're 7-9, they still got the 4 seed and are going to the playoffs. So really shocking there, but they get the 4 seed because they won their division in the NFC least. Tom Brady and the Bucs get the 5 seed with their blowout win over the Falcons. And the Rams get the 6th seed with their backup win over the Cardinals. Devastating for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals in that game. And the Bears sneak in there in the 7th seed despite their loss to the Packers. So it looks like an incredible playoff picture that we have. Both AFC and NFC going to be some competitive wildcard battles that we see this weekend. I'm so excited to see who moves on to the divisional round. It's going to be a great one, folks. On to the NBA, where Stephen Curry is back, everyone. Welcome back, Stephen Curry. It has happened. I've always believed that Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, but some people lost hope after his few injuries and his arm injury last year. But what he did last night proved everyone wrong. Stephen Curry dropped a career-high 62 points with 8 3-pointers while going 18 for 36 from the field. Too bad it had to be against the Trailblazers. You know, we love the Trailblazers. They're a local team. And Dame even had a nice game with 32. But that was basically half of what Steph scored. Steph can shoot from anywhere, anytime, any place. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. No question about it. His performance last night was just insanely remarkable. He just does things that no one else can do in the aspect of shooting. His pick and roll are just insane, and his just spot-up shooting from anywhere is possible. And it's just ridiculous how people say he's struggling during this time. This is the stats for people say he's struggling. He's averaging 32 points per game, 45% from the field, and 36% from three range. Not to mention, he's going 98% from free throws. Are you ridiculous? That's saying he's struggling, everyone. This is outrageous. I can't believe how good Stephen Curry is. And this man has just been unlike anyone else to touch a basketball. And to add on top of his incredible things that he's already done, if you're not sure that he's the greatest shooter of all time yet, this thing on top of his 62-point performance will show you how he's good next. A few days ago, Stephen Curry in practice was just shooting around and picked up the basketball, made 105 threes in a row. 105. You heard me right. 105 threes in a row. No one else can do that on the planet. Don't get started with me. Stephen Curry, greatest shooter of all time. End of story. So great action in the NBA and Stephen Curry. On to local sports. We had some great local college football action in our last college football game of the season as far as local goes, with the Oregon Ducks facing off against the top number 10 ranked Cyclones, or Iowa State Cyclones. The Cyclones got things going on the opening drive with Breece Hall walking through the biggest running hole into the end zone for the touchdown. The Ducks would come back, though, on the opposing drive with Anthony Brown, who would have a little shuffle, and then cut up to tie things up 7 apiece. Brock Purdy knocked things off in the second for the Cyclones with a blown coverage to a wide-open Charlie Kohler in the end zone for the touchdown. Yet the Cyclones still couldn't seem to stop Anthony Brown in the run game, which gave up another touchdown to the elusive Duck QB. Purdy came back with a read option of his own to take back the Cyclones' lead. With less than 2 minutes remaining in the half, the Cyclones would send Breece Hall through the hole again for the touchdown. In the second half, it would just be slow and boring besides a couple of Cyclone field goals, so the Ducks wouldn't get anything going. So the Ducks, unfortunately, can't cap off their incredible, exciting season, despite they lost to the Beavers, though. But their overall exciting season, Pac-12 championship, but they can't cap it off with a bowl win. So we'll see how the Ducks improve this offseason. I know their recruiting was incredible this offseason, acquiring many top prospects. Local prospect Keith Brown from Lebanon, shout out to him. He'll be committing to Oregon and attending there next year. And so we'll see how the Ducks come back next year, hoping to cap off their third straight Pac-12 championship and maybe even a college football playoff appearance if they can make it there. So we'll see how it turns out for the Ducks, and we'll see how the Bees improve also this offseason. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Blake's Take. I appreciate you all who support on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and or YouTube. Coming at you with more sports news tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night.